What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm making a huge production, so I would really like if you hit that like button and please subscribe. And this video definitely deserves 10 likes or more and 150 views or more because it is a great video. And if you don't think it's a great video, then I don't know what to say, but let's get into it. So we're going to start with the American League. So the American League is amazing. I don't know who's better, the American League or the National League. They're both amazing divisions. But let's get into it. So number 15, I have the Baltimore Orioles. This team has just been a disappointment for the past 25 years. They are just awful. They're probably never gonna. It's gonna be a very long time before this team is good, and I have them in 15th place. I have them finishing 5th in the AL East, and I have the record. I have them winning 45 games and 117 losses because they like to lose 115 games or more a season. So next up, we got the Cleveland Guardians. So this team, I can definitely see them having. I don't think this team is going to be very good this year because of their last year performance. I don't really think they have any rebuild going on right now. They're just sticking to what they were last year, and I just think they're going to be even worse. Like 2 years ago, they traded like two insane players or two best players for some reason. And so I have them 14th place, Cleveland Guardians, because they've been a bust, and then 5th place in the AL Central, and I have them having 62 wins and 100 losses. So next up, I have at 13, I have the Minnesota Twins. I have them 4th in the AL Central, so in the record I have them winning 66 games, and I have them losing 96 games because this team, they literally traded two insane players a couple of years ago, and that's why they're first in the division, and then they went from first to worst in a year because they traded that. So I don't know what the Twins are doing, but I think they're going to be bad this year again. And now on to 12th place, I have the Boston Red Sox. So I have a couple Boston Red Sox fans that are subscribed to me. At least I think I do. And that's not really what matters. So 12th place, Boston Red Sox. I'm 4th in the AL East because the Orioles are just bad, and they'll be way behind them. And then I have them getting 71 wins and 91 losses. I mean, I can definitely see after them losing to the Astros, I think they have terrible momentum going into the season, and then they finish at 71 and 91. So, yeah. Next up, I have at 11, I have the Kansas City Royals. I think this team is average, but they're not like. They're rebuilding, so I think it'll be a couple years before the Royals are good. I'm sorry, all you Royals fans in my channel, but I just cannot see you guys having a good year. I'm not trying to make you put your day down. I just cannot see you guys having a good year. 11, Kansas City Royals, 3rd in the AL Central. That was an error. I forgot to type Central. And then I have them getting 72 wins and 90 losses. I feel like, yeah, they have a couple years before they're going to be good. They're in rebuild right now. At number 10, I have the Toronto Blue Jays. I mean, 3rd in the AL East. I mean, like they have like Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichetti, and then that's it. I don't think two players are going to bring this. I don't think two players are going to bring this team to greatness, and then it's just going to be, then the record's going to be 73 and 89, so, yeah, I'm winning 73 games, losing 89 games, so, yeah. Number 9, I have the Los Angeles Angels. You guys might be like, what are you talking about? This team is Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, and a couple other good players, but I feel like, yes, like Pujols and Trout might get good hits, Shohei Ohtani's probably going to hit it over the fence a lot, but I just don't see this team having a winning record because Shohei Ohtani probably. I just don't see those guys winning over 81 games. So at number 9, I have the Los Angeles Angels, 5th in AL West, and their record, I have 81 wins and then 81 losses. So next up, number 8, I have the Texas Rangers. This team is definitely they're in a progress of getting better. I mean, they were a legit joke last year, but then they signed Corey Seager. So that is going to help this franchise a lot. So I feel like this franchise is kind of good with who they currently have now with Corey Seager. But I have in 8th place, Texas 4th in the AL West. I just don't see Corey Seager carrying this team over 81 wins, and I have him. I guess it brings us to what we were at. I'm sorry, I just got a ESPN notification, and yeah, that's what I have. So at number 7, I have the Seattle Mariners. They have them 3rd in the AL West. I think that this team is definitely going to improve this year, but I just cannot see him. I just don't see him making the playoffs by the standings, and they're getting better, but I think this team is also on a little bit of a rebuild, and I can see him improving, and I can see him in 5 years being a very good team. And their final record, I have them winning 83 games and losing 79 games. Next up at number 6, I have the Oakland Athletics, 2nd in the AL West. I mean, this team is decent from last year. I mean, they have Matt Olson, and then they have a couple other good players, but I don't think they'll get 87 wins, lose 75 games. I think that this is going to be a reasonable year for them, and then now, those are all the teams from the AL that didn't make the playoffs. Now we are on to the wild card. At number 5, I have the New York Yankees, 2nd in the AL East. So I have their record at, so I think that, they have, Stanton, Judge. They lost Tyler Wade. But I think they'll just sneak into the playoffs with, their hits and their defense. I have them winning 90 games and losing 72 games in the 2nd AL East. And number 4, the Detroit Tigers. I think this team is definitely on a streak to get far, and I think that they're just now exiting their rebuild. I think they're going to be a good team this year. Now I have their record 90 wins and 72 losses, and I guess Playoff Predictor gave the tiebreaker between the Yankees and the Tigers to the Tigers. So now the division winners. At number 3, number 1 in the AL West, I have the Houston Astros. They got Jose Altuve. They got a bunch of other good players. I have this team playing well like they did last year. I have them winning 93 games and losing 69 games. So, yeah, that's what I have. And at number 2, I have the Tampa Bay Rays. I have the AJ show on this channel. He likes the Tampa Bay Rays. I have this team going much farther than people I have them being number 2 instead of number 1. So first in the AL East, and I have them winning 94 games and 68 losses. I think that they can hit the ball, they can hit their way on and win games, and then they have other things that they can also do too, and they have 68 losses, I guess. And at number 1, this is not biased. This team is amazing this year. Luis Robert is going to be good. Liam Hendricks, Craig Kimbrell, Lance Lynn. We have good players, and I think with those good players that we will bring our franchise to 97 and 65. First in the AL Central, first in the AL, in the American League, and People are going to think I'm biased, but I'm really not. I think this team's going to be very good. Now on to the National League. Everyone loves the National League. I'm pretty sure the majority of the other half of my subscribers are fans of the National League. I mean, I forgot to mention, of people who are fans of, I forgot to mention some people like the Yankees on my channel, and some people like some other teams, but yeah. Now let's move on, though. So next up, number 15, I have the Colorado Rockies. I think this team is just, they have, Nolan, Arenado, but that's it. Rockies have no one else. And I have them 5th in NL West. I have records 61 and 101. So that's not too bad. 61 wins for 15th that represents the NL well. So I have 61 wins, 101 losses. At number 14, I have the Miami Marlins. This is why I do not have them in my mini helmet coming up season in June, along with the Orioles for the East part, because they're just so bad. And 14 Miami Marlins, 5th in the NL East. This team just has, I don't even know if they're on rebuild. I don't know what this team's going to do. But their record is 68 wins and 94 losses. So down to 13, the Chicago Cubs. Boo, they're on a rebuild. The Cubs are clearly on a rebuild. You can tell if they sell their 4 best players because they're not doing so good. You can tell they're on a rebuild. So they're 5th in the NL Central. So I think this team will be a very good team in a couple of years. I just don't think they're good right now because of how they've been playing. So their record is 68 and 94. I don't know why it says 64, but yeah, I'll definitely comment that error. And number 12, I have the New York Mets. 12th place, 4th in the NL East. This team was good last year, and then they choked at the end. I think they're going to continue that bad method, and then they're just going to continue to choke, and their record is going to be 68 and 94. At number 11, I have the Pittsburgh Pirates, 4th in the NL Central, and I have their records 73 and 89. I feel like this. I have a great follower, Pittsburgh Penguins and other sports teams. He's a Pirates fan, so I'm hoping this doesn't get in your head, because I don't want to make Pirates fans mad. I just don't think they're going to be good for the next couple of years. Pirates are just bad. They're just not good at all. At number 10, I have the Washington Nationals. Sorry, I had a technology error there, and I guess it just decided to shift over. But 10th, Washington Nationals, and they're in the NL East. And we have another technology error there. So I have the record being 78 and 94. They have, Juan Soto, and that's it. Max Scherzer left them. Bryce Harper left them. This team has no future. So, really, I guess they're trying to get on a rebuild, but I just don't think this team's going to be good. At number 9, I have the Arizona Diamondbacks, 4th in the NL West. This team is definitely getting in a progress of getting better. Their pitcher's insane. He threw a no-hitter versus the Padres last year, which was Fernando Tatis Jr., which was arguably one of the best hitters in baseball. So, and then I have the record 79 wins and 83 losses. So yeah. At number 8, I have the Philadelphia Phillies, 2nd in the NL East. I think that this team is definitely getting better. Best home run order in the league. And the record will definitely go 82 and 80. Because they're gonna be a decent. They're gonna be decent this year. So, this team's definitely getting better though. At number 7, I have the Cincinnati Reds, 3rd in the NL Central, And their record is 85 wins and 77 losses. I mean, they have Joey Votto, but that's pretty much it. So that's the only thing that the Reds have is Joey Votto, and I definitely just can't see him going anywhere. So next up at number 6, I have the San Diego Padres. I mean, they're not like terrible, but they're not like, I used the MLB The Show picture there. So San Diego Padres, third in the NL West, and their final record is 90-72. So, and now onto the wild card. I have number 5, San Francisco Giants, second in the NL West, and I have the record 92-70. I mean, they have Chris Bryant and a couple other players. I think this team is gonna be good this year, just sneaking into the playoffs, starting into the playoffs in the MLB. So. At number 4, I have the St. Louis Cardinals, second in NL Central. And I have their record being 96-66. I mean, they traded Nolan Arenado. I just don't see them being good at all. Well, they'll be like 4th, but that's it. At number 3, I have the Milwaukee Brewers. Definitely a good team, just not very good team, just not totally right there to be first. And I have the record being, I mean, they have like Christian Yelich. They have a very good team, so record 98-64. And at number 2, I have the Los Angeles Dodgers, first in the NL West, record 102-60 losses. That is a very good season. The Dodgers have been amazing. This team has no soon moment where they're going to go on any rebuild. They're going to stay where they are for a while. And at number 1, I have the Atlanta Braves, first in the NL East, best record in the league, in my prediction. So record 105-57 is my final prediction for them. So I'm gonna go with that as a record. So then next up we have the playoffs. That's the final standings review right there. So 15 Orioles, 14 Guardians, 13 Twins, 12 Boston, 11 Kansas City, 10 Toronto, 9 Los Angeles Angels, 10 Texas Rangers, 7 Seattle Mariners, 6 Oakland Athletics, 5 New York Yankees, 4 Detroit Tigers, 3rd Houston Astros, 2nd Tampa Bay Rays, 1st Chicago White Sox, and for the NL 15 Colorado Rockies, 14 Miami Marlins, 13 Chicago Cubs, 12 New York Mets, 11 Pittsburgh Pirates, 10 Washington Nationals, 9 Arizona Diamondbacks, 8 Philadelphia Phillies, 7 Cincinnati Reds, 6 San Diego Padres, 5 San Francisco Giants, 4 St. Louis Cardinals, 3 Milwaukee Brewers, 2 Los Angeles Dodgers, and 1 Atlanta Braves. So, and that is my MLB. So the wild card for the AL, I have the Yankees beating the Tigers, and for the NL, I have the Cardinals beating the Giants down to round 2. Astros Rays, I have the Astros like they do every year. Yankees White Sox, I have my White Sox. Brewers Dodgers, I have the Brewers. Cardinals Braves, I have the Braves. Now on to the third round. Conference World Series, White Sox Astros, I have the Astros. Brewers Braves, I have the Brewers. And then Brewers Astros, that tiebreaker goes to the Brewers. Thank you everyone that stayed and watched the entire thing. So I'm just going to say thank you again, and I'll see everyone in this one.